Is this Brandon? Are we
Hello?
gonna? Hello? Can you hear
Hello?
me?
Can you
Is
hear
this
me?
on? Fight 1 2 testing. Fight testing 1 2 check.
Edifice.
It's deferred collusion. We're back, baby.
We're
It's episode
back.
12, and I'm joined as always by one of my all-time favorite coworkers, Brandon Bullinger. What's up, baby? How are you? You look like you're in a new locale, a little bit of a new location.
We're here. Drink it in. I got a camera. Oh, look at that. Look at that.
Yeah,
My mirror is not even unwrapped from bubble wrap yet. We've moved. New
yeah,
location. That deferred collusion money is just incredible.
it
I'm
is.
really good with our literal hundreds of views over 12 weeks of doing this. It's incredible.
Hey, man.
I'm kidding. But yes, we are in the middle of a move. So, Jesse, thank you for carving time out of your day. I know this isn't the best day of the week for you, but we're making it happen. And a lot of excitement. A new celebration is sweeping the nation. I don't know what their kids are calling it,
Yeah.
but it made me laugh. It really gave me a chuckle. I mean, I guess we're in the episode Deferred Collusion. Jesse, what do you think? Is it a political statement or is it boys will be boys?
Listen, for all of our audio listeners out there who don't know what we're talking about, of course, we're talking about the covering your ear celebration, which two major league players did. Literally, was it day one back from break? Was it game
I
one?
think so. Yeah,
I think
it was the first game back.
First game back from break. And Taylor Walls and God, who's the guy on the Cardinals who did it? I'm already forgetting his name.
I'm forgetting, but it was multiple. Was it multiple teams? Was it the Rays and the Cardinals that did it?
And the guy in the Cardinals is actually playing really well. Alec Burleson, I think it was. I think it was Burleson who did it.
I think I sent it to you, and I just was like, "Oh my god!"
Yeah.
It's like watching the internet in real time.
Well, we've been talking about celebrations all year long about the sus celebrations of the Dodgers and Shohei. Shohei jerks off on second base, and the Dodgers are doing their water pepper grinder celebration in the dugout.
There is also another new sus celebration we can't forget about, but we'll get to that after this. I'm sorry.
Oh, there is. You're right. Okay, well, we'll talk about that in a second. But yeah, so Alec Burleson and Taylor Walls, within like the span of like an hour and a half of each other, they both do the Donald Trump surviving political assassination, raising his fist in the air, covering their ears, yelling "fight." And of course, everybody was very level-headed about it, and it didn't cause any debate online or conflict online whatsoever. It was very civil out there.
It was sure.
Nah. It was pretty normal stuff, but you're right. I like that take though about how it's kind of like the internet come to life. It really was. It was like you're watching a meme. It felt like stuff like that when it happens. It feels like I'm living in a simulation. I'm not gonna lie, and I've talked to you about this before. Weird stuff like that.
There are very few things in this world more American than baseball, right?
Yeah.
But gun violence is like chiefly among them, right?
Yeah.
I'm not trying to make light of the tragedy. A couple of people lost their lives, including a father and firefighter. But that celebration's hilarious. I mean, it just goes to the dickheadedness of just Americans,
Yeah.
just like it's our pastime. We're making a goof. It makes me think, do you think after the Titanic went down, there was some guy hitting a bomb and just rounding third, looking in his dugout, just going, "Oh, we're going to." He splits. Oh look!
Oh my God. Oh my God.
Man. Or just a guy tees off on one and goes, "Iceberg right ahead," and just
Amelia Earhart dies, and then they're on second base.
Oh!
Oh my God.
Oh, I would love to see those clips, dude. Just 1919, just old.
Yeah.
Toothless Jimmy Jam. Jimmy Jam. What am I saying? I don't know.
It's not. So just for the record, Taylor Walls claims it wasn't like a political statement in any way. I mean, fine. I don't see. Here's the thing. I don't really care whether it was or not. It's hard for me to like believe that it wasn't a political statement because I just like, let's be real. If you were a liberal in modern America, would you do the Trump celebration? Like the fight celebration. If you were a Democratic baseball player, if you were a leftist baseball player, would you do that celebration?
Whoa.
Probably not, right?
That's interesting. Yeah. I
So
don't know.
I don't know. It kind of, he says it wasn't an endorsement of Donald Trump, but
who do you think the leftist like MLB player is? Who's the fucking most left baseball player you can think of?
That's a good question. Who is like the most liberal baseball player? I don't know. Mookie, maybe. Mookie feels like it. He's like, he was, well, he sat out when the George Floyd thing happened. I know that he took like a game off. And the whole team did, but that was also more so about race. That wasn't necessarily about politics.
Humanity and such.
God, that's a good question, Brandon. I don't know.
Yeah. There's no like, Colin Kaepernick that jumps out at you, you know?
There might be like David Price. He sat out the whole 2020 baseball season.
I probably would have said Phil Bickford a couple years ago with the Dodgers, just that long blonde hair. But I saw him I think he got DFA'd from the Yankees a couple weeks ago, and he had a buzz cut or something.
He shaved, cut his hair, and then got DFA'd like 3 days later. Yeah, just completely, just like he made the ultimate sacrifice for the Yankees so that he could save his career, and they just fucking DFA'd him. They cut him,
man.
But yeah, that I was just thinking like, what would be like the liberal celebration on second base, like the Joe Biden? What would you like? Cover your face like you're pulling out. It would be like you're pulling out. What would it be? What would be the celebration?
Oh man, it's just like
the Kamala coconut celebration.
Just confused. Just that second.
Right. That would be it.
And you make it. Confused. You see somebody in the dugout. You go.
Yeah. You mean the look that Biden makes when he's like walking out of the press secretary? What is it? Like a press briefing. Yeah, there it is. It's like there's a meme of that when like Creed starts playing at a bar. You're about to leave the bar, and then your favorite Creed song comes on, and he just turns around. All right. Well,
yeah, there's like a meme of like, I don't know, like a guy with really nice hair and like a leathery jacket outdoors, he just looking over his shoulder. That's used in my group chat a lot, but yeah. Anyways, dude, I don't know. It's a great celebration. It's goofy. I get why you want to stay away from it. It's honestly probably in bad taste.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Keep politics out of sports. You know what I'm saying, Brandon? Got time to keep politics out of sports.
Whoa, dude, maybe this is the left infiltrating baseball, and that's why they're doing those signs. They're trying to diffuse us and get us from not looking for the answers, which is truth, Jesse.
Right.
The answers are the truth, brother.
The deep state is so deep that like literally, like, isn't that what they were saying about Shohei and Ippei? Is that the government, it's so deep that like the government they covered up for Shohei and his ties with Ippei. That's how deep it goes. I don't know what point I'm trying to make here. All I know is funny celebration, keep politics out of sports.
I think what you were trying to say, Jesse, is I think what my friend was trying to say is that life is a little funny. You never know when you might catch the red eye from. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just quoting fucking.
What is that?
What is that movie? Oh my god, this is so embarrassing, dude. I just forgot.
You just pulled the Mitch McConnell, dude. You just make
I'm
McConnell.
Pulling a fucking Mitch, dude.
You pulled a Biden, dude.
Oh god.
Oh man.
It's a classic, and I'm an idiot, dude. I can't believe it. I'm gonna just shut up the rest of the
You're off camera, by the way.
What the heck?
You're off camera.
Come on, Mitch.
All right. Well, regardless of that, we do have something funny that happened. Speaking of politics, Joe Biden pulled out of the race. Congratulations on a great run, Joe, by the way. You know,
you did it, Joe.
Thank you for all your service in politics. But shortly after Joe Biden left the presidential race, Nick Castellanos did it again, Brandon. He did it. He hits a home run 3 hours after Joe Biden pulls out of the presidential race. Now, unfortunately, it did not happen as he announced it, which would have been better, but it did happen the same day. Yeah. And of course, it's become a meme how many times that Nick Castellanos has hit a home run when there's some sort of big earth-shattering event that happens. So somebody came up with a list of all the times Nick Castellanos has hit a home run, and I just wanted to go over this because it's so. Of all the times Nick Castellanos has hit a home run, with historic events of the modern era, it's pretty incredible, and I wanted to sort of go through them with you. All right,
Hit me with some, dude. Hit me.
It started when the Reds announcer Tom Brenneman used a homophobic slur and had to apologize for it live on air.
That was a bad one.
That's the one that started this all, right? You know, and then a long drive to left field by Castellanos, that will be a home run. That's how this all started. It was announced of a career-threatening injury for Fernando Tatis. Hit a home run during the eulogy for a World War II veteran.
That's a good war.
He hit a home run during. That is a great war. It's
a good war. They dropped a lot of bombs, and it's
Yeah.
only appropriate that Nick would drop one more bomb for our hero.
He hit a home run during a 9/11 tribute video package while live on the air.
That's just bad taste.
Yeah. He hit a home run while there was an apology for the opposing team's coach getting a DUI. He hit a home run 10 minutes after Will Smith slapped Chris Rock.
Wow.
He hit a home run after the day of Dwayne Haskins' death.
Ah, Dwayne.
During Memorial Day tribute package on air. Oh my God, my wife is setting off the fire alarm in my apartment right now.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Dude, Castellanos that bat?
During no, Casti, there you go. I wouldn't be surprised.
My apartment catches on fire, Castellanos leaves the yard.
All right, and we're gonna. This is just crazy. During a cancer announcement for his team's owner, during Vince Scully's death announcement, an hour after the death of Queen Elizabeth was announced, a bridge collapsed, killing several people. The Ocean Gate submarine explosion. 3 other celebrity deaths, 2 home runs on the anniversary of Hiroshima and Nagasaki. He homered during around the same time as the attempt on Donald Trump's life. Wow. And then Joe Biden withdraws from the race and he hits a home run.
Man, they're not all the same level of intensity though, right? Like
no, not at all.
Dying in a bridge like collapse and like a politician leaving a race is not the same. But
he does like people dying though.
But he's got he does like the macabre.
Yeah.
Or is it macabre? You're my theater guy. You tell me.
I think it's macabre. Or no, macabre. No, sorry, it's macabre. The macabre is around death. I think macabre is something else.
Yeah. See,
macabre is like the love of like I'm going to tell you right now. Go ahead.
Yeah, like spooky things, right? But anyways, the point being, he does love a.
Oh no, it's the same thing, but it's macabre. It's the same.
Dude, I got both of these waited for you, dude. Both of them.
Come on, baby.
Look at them go. Oh, hey.
I got that farmer's tan though.
Yeah, that's that Crespi night, dude.
Yeah, dude.
Are you? Wait, was Crespi Knights? Were they Knights?
Were the Crespi Celts? We were Irish,
dude.
Yeah, Irish Catholic.
Are you Irish?
I am actually Irish, but I'm not Catholic.
Whoa, dude, you blew it.
Yeah, I don't know how I ended up going to that school. I went to my mother's a Lutheran, my dad's an atheist. I went to Catholic school and I married a Jew. I don't know how it happened, but
this is America.
Yep. I'm just a diverse white guy.
You're just a girl telling a boy you love her.
I know that movie. That's
Notting Hill. Movie again?
Notting Hill.
Oh man, you got it.
Just a girl standing in front of a boy, asking him to love her. Yeah.
You cinephile.
This one's going off the rails today, Brandon.
I dig it. I dig it. It's the second half. It's a lot of fresh possibilities. I think that's why we're so carefree. But
do you think there is something to this Castellanos thing, or do you think it's just funny coincidence?
I think it's got to be funny coincidence, but maybe there is a part of him that hears this big news or something, and it kind of just takes his mind off the task at hand, maybe, and it helps him get into that flow state, right? That's unconscious consciousness. I don't know. You know, when you're not thinking, you're up at the dish.
I think
the long drive.
I think it's an example of like a glitch in the matrix a little bit.
Ooh, I like that.
You know what I mean? Like that there's like that it's like deja vu where you have this it's just some like weird thing that's going to always happen. Like I guarantee you this is not the last time it's going to happen. It's just a weird glitch in the matrix and the simulation that we're living in, where like it's just these weird two things that have absolutely no bearing on each other. There's nothing consequential about either one of them. There's more consequence to the historic event happening, obviously, but not to him hitting the home run. But for some reason, the glitch in the matrix says that when these things happen, Castellanos is going to hit a home run that day, which is why I'm going to place bets. Whenever there's like a big time event happening in the world, like breaking news, I'm going to place a bet on Castellanos homering that night.
That's easy money right there.
Yeah. So,
ooh, I do like that. What if that was like, what if when we die, you get to see your like stats, almost like a game over screen.
right.
You get to ask back, well, you know what? What was the sign? It's like, dude, Castellanos. Anytime we had to rewrite the code, line of code in the simulation, turns out Castellanos would go deep.
There you go.
Who figured?
Yeah. Either way, still, it was funny. So we're going to be monitoring that. That'll be the next time we get like if like whoever wins the election on election. Oh no, I guess the season will be over by then. Unless it's like World Series Game 7 or something like that. But that would mean the Dodgers aren't in it, obviously.
Son of a bitch.
So
you heard it here first. Castellanos is proof that we are living in a simulation.
Yeah,
he goes deep. Anytime a major event was rewritten, maybe in another timeline, that bullet hits Trump. Maybe there's a cure for cancer or getting old and Vince Scully doesn't die and they make longer lasting bridges, which, maybe
it's keeping the fabric of space-time together.
Maybe Nick Castellanos' swing is actually timed up perfectly with that ripple in space-time.
Yep. I think that's what it is. I think
this is deferred collusion.
Yeah.
Please subscribe.
I'm just warning you, I did smoke a joint before this episode, so I'm deep in it right now. I
felt a little bit of the ether coming through.
Yeah.
So I guess that must be what it is. I dig it. That ties in with my hat today, dude. Couch Surf brand. Hey, it's my boy Daniel Castillo, skateboard legend, dude.
Oh, that's
dope.
It's his
brand, little Couch Surf brand. Oh no, my light. Hello.
That's hilarious.
Hilarious. That's what I get for showing off the old goods, dude.
Yep. I like the hat though. That is a dope hat. Hey, I wanted to talk really quick about something.
Oh, can I interrupt you real quick right before we do? Bert Kreischer, do you? Sus celebrations, dude. They're on my mind.
Right.
And I want to know, do sussy Cellys, that's short for suspect celebrations.
Right.
Do you think they increase with the weather? As the temperatures go up, do sussy celebrations rise? I point to you, our beautiful Grimace Mets,
right?
Also affectionately fans called the Gay Mets. They have a new celebration where they get all together,
right?
Point their dings together, dude, and it's like a little tip of the cups.
What is that called again? Isn't there a term, a slang for that when you bang your dongs together? What is that? Fuck. There's a term for it.
You should know, man.
Yeah, I should. I would know. That's a good question. Like as it gets hotter, you get a little more
the dog days of summer.
Yeah. That's a good question. Especially, well, I mean, like for the Dodgers, yeah, because they use the water celebration. You don't want to do it when it's cold, right?
Yeah.
You don't want to pour
water.
But
I feel like the seeds even are like like it's an expansion of that. You know, we've been talking about the Trump hand cover. There's, I mean, just even like the standard good job in baseball, smack on the tuchus. You know, I'm not saying nothing's wrong, but it's easy to point out the susness.
Well, I think you've already answered the question here. I don't know if it has to do with weather. I think it has to do with just the fact that like men in a locker room together are their brothers.
Talk.
And they see each other naked in the locker room all the time. They shower together. I think professional sports can just be a little sus in general. I mean, football players, they got the quarterback has his hand up his center's ass when he's getting the ball hiked to him. You know, baseball players smack each other in the butt. They use a big giant shaft to hit a ball around. You know what I mean? Like it's all a little
very
sus.
phallic. Yeah.
So, I think it's just the nature of the beast, bro.
Would you say baseball is the most sus of like the big three?
Probably, yeah, I would say so. Probably.
Heck yeah, go
Most,
Mets.
yeah.
We're a big Mets pod, Jesse.
We are. I
We
wanted
love
to
those
talk
Mets.
really quick. You wanted to talk about this. Bobby Witt got thrown at during his he's been amazing this year, by the way. He's having an amazing
Incredible.
breakout year. We got to see him a little bit against the Dodgers. He looks awesome. They played the Royals recently, right?
A couple series ago, yeah.
Yeah. And he looked
I think the
great.
Dodgers took 2 or 3, but it was a good series.
He's anyways, they were playing the Diamondbacks, and he was a single away from the cycle. And then he got he got hit by a pitch, which led to a commotion. The Royals, Salvador Perez got really upset. The Royals fans got very upset. It spoiled his chance at hitting for the cycle. And then the Royals retaliated like an inning later or something, and they threw at the Diamondbacks, which that one did feel intentional to me. Do you think that they were throwing at Bobby Witt in that situation?
I don't think so. I cannot remember the pitcher's name off the top of my mind, but as soon as he releases the ball, it seems like it got away from him. It doesn't seem like he was too happy with it. And when it makes contact, it doesn't seem like the typical indifference you see from a pitcher when they plunk somebody on purpose. That said, who knows? I'm not in his head. I'm not a damn mind reader. But my heart tells me no, it was not intentional. And come on, it's the Diamondbacks. Why would they be beefing with the Kansas City Royals?
It wouldn't make any sense for those two teams to have any. They couldn't be further away from each other, like in every aspect of the phrase. They're like, there's no history. To me, the pitcher clearly knew, the team clearly knew Witt was going for a cycle. I don't think they'd be throwing him in that situation. It doesn't make any sense. It was almost like the Royals were reacting to like that they were like robbed of something.
Was that Witt's last at bat for the game?
No, but it was like the 6th inning when it happened.
Right? Because that's what I was
again.
thinking. I'm like, it wasn't like the 8th or anything, right? Like, I don't think it was late.
I think he came up again. Yeah, and he just didn't get it. So
I think maybe in the moment of the game, tensions are high, emotions are high. And I think Sal just being the captain, I think the Royals have the C on their jersey. I know they do. I think he's just kind of wearing that C right there a little bit and kind of barking a little bit and standing up for his franchise guy and kind of, I think, showing him by example, like, this is how you lead. This is how we do things here.
I like that take.
I think it was a little bit more of that. And like I've said before, it's the Patrick Mahomes effect. He's turned that 2-bit town around. It's a championship city. I think we're going to start seeing a lot more Kansas City barbecue places pop up, dude. The town's hot. Casey's hot in the streets.
It is.
It's a tasty time to be a Royals fan.
So much so that there are people that are talking about Bobby Witt being the MVP this year, because the debate has sort of become hot this week because Bobby Witt officially passed Aaron Judge in F-WAR.
Wow.
Which, if you know what that is, that is Fangraphs WAR. That is Fangraph specific WAR statistic. And he has at a 6.7, whereas Judge is at a 6.6. Now in the traditional WAR, Judge is at a 6.6, Witt is at a 6.2 currently. So he technically is still behind in WAR, but there's been a debate about how Witt should be the MVP of the league, that he's more valuable to the Royals than Judge is to the Yankees, which I don't disagree. He's valuable to the Royals. I'm just saying I think that it's even in terms of who is as valuable to their franchise, because the Yankees are nothing without Aaron Judge. We've seen what the Yankees look like without Aaron Judge, and they are bad.
Yeah.
And
they are not a playoff team.
No, not at all. So let's look at the numbers. Witt is hitting 341, which is amazing. 387 on base, 592 slug, 18 homers, 82 runs, 69 RBIs, 168 OPS plus, 6.2 WAR. Judge is hitting 310, so he's 30 points lower. But then after that, he is wiping the floor with every other category. 435 on base, 676 slug, a 1.11 OPS, 35 homers, 89 RBIs. That's 20 more than Witt. That's double the homers of Witt. 206 OPS plus. That's 40 points higher. and they just have a similar F WAR. Like, to me, it's pretty obvious Aaron Judge is the MVP of the American League.
I mean, I think short answer, yes, I agree. But I think that this is now Judge's second extended slump. I mean, nothing compared to what he did at the start of the season. It was, atrocious. But damn, when he gets hot, I mean, it's just he is the juggernaut. If baseball players were actual superheroes, dude, Aaron Judge is the juggernaut, because once he gets going, you can't stop him. There's no force that can stop him. He's just massive. But that said, Bobby Witt's been playing at a super high level all year. I mean, they both play a defensive position pretty high. But correct me if I'm wrong. Has Bobby Witt missed a game this year?
I don't know. I that's a good question.
I don't know if he's probably, I'm not sure.
Let me look at that. I know that they've played like the same amount of games. I'm pretty sure.
Oh, okay. Well, then never mind.
So,
but my point is just that, like, there's a lot more than just, mash and taters and just the ungodly, like, plate coverage that Judge possesses. But Bobby Witt, he's running. He's freaking.
He has not missed a game.
He has not missed a game.
Yeah.
That's freaking crazy now.
But Judge has, I don't think Judge has either.
I think he has. I think he's missed some time. I think he's missed a game here or there.
That's weird. Okay, because I saw that they were playing the same amount of games, to be honest, but maybe I'm wrong on that. I could be wrong on that.
Maybe it's even just a scheduling thing. Maybe one team's played a couple more.
Judge has played 101. The Yankees have played 102. He's missed one game.
Wow. Good for Judge.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. Never mind. I take back what I mean, I'm not even trying to say Judge is injury prone.
Yeah.
My point being is just that, like, there are other things than just, like, damn, that one dot OPS is crazy.
Let me put it this way. I think, like, the Royals would be nothing without Bobby Witt, where I do think that the Yankees would be, like, still competitive without Judge, because they have Soto, they do have Cole, they do have, like, some good players. Where the Royals, obviously, they have Salvi, who's been awesome this year. But, like, let's be real, they are in a weaker division, and they still are kind of just cuspy for the playoffs right now, whereas the Yankees are, like, looking like a playoff team. And I think that, like, without Judge, they could maybe squeak into a wild card spot, maybe be competitive, maybe a 500 team.
But they're not a World Series team. Definitely not, but I mean, I guess that's the point, right? Because we're talking about the Royals, who are fighting to be a playoff team, to be a wild card team.
But I would say, I think that this argument is really more so just about Judge fatigue more than anything, where it's like, we know Judge. Witt is like the hot ticket. He was just in the home run derby. Like, he's the new kid on the block. So people are excited about him. That's what it is. But
I dig that.
He will have his chance. It's Aaron Judge right now, man. I mean, like, the numbers that he's putting up are historic numbers. You can't punish him just because you already know who he is.
That's fair. I dig that. I totally dig that.
I don't know. I find it hard to do it. I think that the guy with the bigger numbers, better team, I think everything adds up to Judge.
I think Bobby Witt's gonna get it, dude. He's my first half AL MVP. Him and maybe old Jarren Duran, dude.
Fucking that guy's incredible, and he picks up right where he left off after the All-Star break. He was playing. I have him on my fantasy team, so I love this guy.
He looked so comfortable at Dodger Stadium, dude. Oh my God, they couldn't buy him out.
And then we still somehow swept the Red Sox, even though he was fucking raking the ball. He was raking the whole series. He looked so good. The Red Sox have a very special player in Jarren Duran, like, very special.
Yes, I completely agree. I do want to throw a little shade at one of my old favorite players, and I still love him. Kenley, my dog. He's a bassist. I'm a bassist. I love him. But boy, was it nice being on the other end of a Kenley Jensen blown save. My God.
Bad audition for Kenley at Dodger Stadium because he says he wants to retire a Dodger. He wants to play for the Dodgers again. There's been talk that he'd be traded back to the Dodgers this year.
There's been a lot of talk about that.
Bad audition.
And you know what's funny? That was his first home run he gave up all year. And it's
really?
Kike. Yeah, and it's to Kike, former Red Sox. It's just like, further
The
indications
Matrix.
that we're in the simulation.
Mhm.
Yes.
Absolutely. Sorry. I'm eating a sweet tart right now.
You deserve it, dude.
Thanks, man.
You deserve a
Hey,
sweet treat.
is Shohei your NL MVP?
Yes, he is. He is my NL MVP. Do you want to know who my NL Cy Young is as well?
I'm interested.
It's Mr. Chris Sale.
Wow.
I was trying to convince myself that it wasn't, but the body of work all season, I mean, from a trade that I think, when Atlanta got him from Boston in the offseason, I think people were like, oh, okay, but does this even move the needle? And now it's like, oh my God, it's just vintage Sale.
It's been a grand slam home run for them, no pun intended. It's been like the perfect trade for them.
It's been incredible. And it makes me really excited because there's another ace coming back off of injury, off of his first surgery of his career. Well, shoulder surgery of his career, if you can believe it. One Clayton Kershaw of the Los Angeles Dodgers, making his first start of the season this Wednesday. I'd be lying if I wasn't hyper excited about it. Jesse, the last time we saw him, he didn't look so good.
Did not. Yeah.
How are we feeling? What do we expect?
Here's what I'll say.
Is he going to get maybe a little Chris Sale magic? I mean,
would be nice. You would like so. Here's the thing. His numbers last year were good. He's still a great regular season pitcher. He's throwing 92 in the minors apparently, which is like that's right where he needs to be. The question is always going to be playoffs with him, right? That's always going to be the question. Kershaw, though, really realistically, the Dodgers signed James Paxton to fill in for the first half of the year until Kershaw came back. We always knew that from the very beginning. What happened when Dodgers announced that Kershaw is coming back? They released James Paxton. So that was always the plan from the beginning. To me, it seems. They DFA'd him. That was always the plan from the beginning. It's pretty obvious. So realistically for me, with how Paxton was pitching, the Dodgers, he was like a 4.4 ERA and the Dodgers are like 7 games in first or something. So like, so long as Kershaw is just slightly better than that, the Dodgers are fine. That's what we need for him.
Yeah, I think Paxton had it was like just under a sub-6 ERA over his last 11 starts through June and July, I believe, or something like that.
And his expected stats were bad too.
Yeah, and I watched almost every one of his starts. I was even there for one, but it's like you were gonna get like a 6-hit, 2-run game, or he's gonna be out by the third inning, giving up 6 runs, 8 runs, whatever. But I did a little digging on this, Jesse. Further proof that the Dodgers are the class act in Major League Baseball. Dodgers have a really deep farm system, right? A lot of young arms chomping at the bit to get up there. Instead of bringing up a young kid and DFAing Paxton, they let him get his last start and let him hit his final markers for all of his bonuses. So James Paxton fulfilled his contractual bonuses for this season, and he ended up making $20 million with the Dodgers. I doubt he just ends up getting, released. I think he'll end up getting picked up by somebody, and we'll pitch more meaningful innings this year. But yeah, I was a little confused by the move. I
was too, right?
Because I was like, man, that starting rotation's not looking great.
It's thin,
and there seems like there's some other bullpen arms that could be parted ways with at the moment. But I get it. It seems like there's a little design in this, right? But I'm excited to see who they are gonna pick up. A lot of smoke around Crochet.
Yeah,
some smoke now around old Tarek Skubal, who I would love. My God, I would love to see him in Dodger blue.
Well, they let's be real, they're gonna have to trade a lot. And I here's the thing,
worth it.
They put somebody on display yesterday who would probably have to be put in that deal. And it feels a little bit suspicious as to why the Dodgers decided to call up River Ryan, one of my favorite baseball names of
Awesome
all
name.
time.
The
It's
river
like,
flows.
he's gonna be good. He looked
Yep.
like he looked kind of like a little lesser Spencer Strider-y out there. Like, you put a mustache on him, got some like similar mechanics. He throws some fucking heat, throwing 97, 98, nasty slider, great changeup. He looks awesome. He looks like he's really good. He's still a little bit raw, but he looks really good. But he pitched into the 6th inning,
Into the
only gave up
6th.
2 runs, I think. 1 run, 2 runs. Was it
2 runs.
0 earned? One earned? He
I
looked.
think he gave up. No, I don't think he gave up any earned runs. I think that's run. Maybe out of shit. I gotta look it up.
He looked great. And it definitely felt like that might have been a little bit of like a showcase for the Dodgers to get him out there before the trade deadline, because they might be dangling him in some potential deals for a Crochet or a Skubal. Now, look, I don't want the Dodgers to trade this guy. I have been high on him for a while now. However, if you can get Tariq Skubal, you do have to pull the trigger. I'm not so sure that the Tigers are going to, or that they should do that. It doesn't make a lot of sense to me. The problem that I'm having is like, if he's not going to stay like long term, then you only have him for 1 more year. And if you're not going to be competitive next year, you kind of need to get the most you can for him.
You don't want to be Ohtani'd. You don't want to be Ohtani'd, right?
And the most you can probably get for him is when you have a year extra of control time left on his contract. That's when you can probably get the most. So it's possible we do see him getting traded. And the Dodgers do feel like a potential landing spot. The Orioles are also in that mix as well, because they have an incredible farm system. They are talking about trade. They have Jackson Holiday. They're talking about trading Cedric Mullins. They're talking about trading Ryan Mountcastle. They're all in on this year. So
they're open, and which is really fun. It's really cool to see. Just for clarity, River Ryan did pitch 5 1/3, allowing just 1 earned run.
Right. So he looked great. And I do think that was by design for the Dodgers to get him out there now before Kershaw comes up a week.
Well, you know
before the
who's
trade
pitching
deadline.
tonight too? Another young guy by the name of Landon Mack.
Yeah.
Who's looked pretty good at times throughout the season. Again, another young trade chip. But you know, there's a big juicy guy like Crochet or Tarek, you know, are out there. But let's not forget, Dodgers need a third baseman. Bad. It's a gaping hole.
Yeah.
And you know, guys like Lux, who is just player of the week, maybe it's a sign of him turning around. Maybe it's just another little juice in the trade chips. Who knows?
Well, I agree. I did see that Muncy was taking ground balls at Dodger Stadium. His recovery has not been as good. So if we don't see the Dodgers making that move, it does mean that they expect Muncy to be back this year. I did also see that Yoshinobu Yamamoto said he expects to be back before the postseason, and that his shoulder does not feel any pain right now. So that's a good sign.
Good news. Good news.
So are the Dodgers expecting Yamamoto back? It's possible that they're not going to go all in, because Glasnow is coming back on Wednesday. Kershaw's back on Thursday. Bueller is in the process of rehabbing. It's possible
what would
they
he get
just
from Bueller.
Who knows? Who knows? It's possible that they don't go all in on a top tier pitcher. They might go for like another Tyler Anderson, another James Paxton type of thing.
Yeah, and you know, my idea was that it would be a Jake Flaherty. I still think that's who they get. Yeah. And I still think they make a move for Rengifo, who just got off the IL. You know,
Rengifo feels like the best. Rengifo and Flaherty to me do feel like very, very logical fits for the Dodgers. Flaherty's he's a California kid. He pitched over at not Loyola Marymount. Where did he pitch?
Was it Tustin?
No, he pitched at
or Fullerton, right?
At a high school out here. Jack Flaherty. Hold on, I'm gonna tell you. He was with Max Fried. Jack Flaherty. Or no, maybe I'm thinking of Harvard Westlake. Yeah, Harvard Westlake with Max Fried.
Yeah.
So he
it was like an insane.
Yeah, one of the best rotations. And with Giolito, I think was there too. Yeah. Like one of the best rotations ever. So I do think that Flaherty is a good fit. So we'll see. It remains to be seen. But we did see that the Cubs also, and Jed Hoyer said that they are basically open for business. if they don't go on a winning streak, they're likely going to be trading, which means like Bellinger, who's on basically like a 1-1 type of deal with the Cubs.
Yeah, weird
Uh,
contract.
yeah.
I heard some talk about Ian Happ as well.
Yeah.
Seems like everybody maybe but Saya.
Who do you think needs to make a trade the most right now? I know we talked about this a little bit in the past, but I have a team in mind. We might be on the same page here, but the team that you think needs to make a trade the most, trade for a guy like Bellinger, a guy like Luis Robert. What do you think?
I'll be honest. I think there's one team that like is do or die, must make a trade. And I think we're thinking of the same thing. 1, 2, 3. Seattle
Mariners. Yeah.
Seattle. Yeah, we did it,
Yeah.
dude.
Yeah.
I think they have some of the maybe like second or third worst in the league batting average. They're leading the leagues in strikeouts. Just god awful. That you got to get some firepower over there to help support what is, I think, the best pitching staff in baseball, if not the best pitching staff in the AL at least.
It's
all due respect to the Phillies pitching staff.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's absurd that a team, was it 3 weeks ago, had a 10-game lead in the division, and now they're tied.
Yeah, with the Astros, which we said from the beginning, we were like, that lead's not going to hold. The Astros will come back, and which is why I was saying they should be ashamed of themselves of where they're at, because they had this incredible golden opportunity, this golden ticket this year to like really go all in. And here we are. Ty France has just been DFA'd. JP Crawford going on the IL. Julio Rodriguez is injured. You have to do something, because the Astros, by all accounts, are probably going to be better next year too.
You watch Jesse, when you're watching a horror movie and you just cannot wrap your mind around how are you just not getting the car keys and driving out of there? Right. There's a gun in the cabinet. Like, how do you not just take it out and shoot?
The killer is right behind you.
Yeah. How do you not just, it's like one of those things. It was like Seattle. Like, how are you just not killing this monster? And all Houston had to do was just kind of be there. Like, hey, I'm going to get you. And that was enough for Seattle to do the rest and just be mid.
That's a great analogy. They were the dumb girl in the horror movie who ran up the stairs when they should be running out the front door.
They were the hapless victims.
Yeah.
And the Astros are the killers coming behind them with the knife.
Michael Myers walking slow, just walking slow, but he somehow catches you the whole time.
Yep. It is the slow and steady adage,
Yeah.
But my God, take some like slats out of your roof or something. It's working in Cleveland. Seattle, that ball's got to fly, dude.
About the thing about hitting in Seattle is like, it's a well-known thing that Seattle Mariner, like Teoscar Hernandez said this about playing in Seattle. It's really hard to see the ball there. Apparently, like they do not, he said it's like the worst batter's eye in the league. Wow. And I've heard that before by other players, which would, like, if that's the case, figure something out, man, because you play half your games there. So
that is crazy. And now with Cleveland, like, kind of showing there's no doubt you can improve your team by improving the field that they play on. You know what I mean?
Create your little like wind tunnel.
Do it. Every team should have that. Blurns ball, baby.
Absolutely. Well, this is a fun one. We're gonna say I don't know. Do you want to go? Maybe we'll do an emergency episode when we get some like trades coming in. That might be
absolutely
fun.
And Jesse, I feel rude. I didn't even ask you who's your AL NL first half MVP and who's your AL NL first half Cy Young.
Well, I already said it's Judge in the AL. I do think Ohtani's probably the NL MVP. I think that's fine. I want to give a little shout out here for the Cy Young. I like your Chris Sale pick. I think Castellanos has a good argument for it. I do think he kind of maybe had a couple too many bad outings, but I think he's right there. I think he's like one stretch away from being right there. I want to give a little bit of love to Paul Skeens. I think that there's an outside shot that if he keeps pitching the way he's pitching, he could potentially be the rookie of the year and the Cy Young by the end of the year because
Wow.
the numbers that he's putting up
Wow.
are so absurd that if he keeps doing it and they don't shut him down, they don't limit his innings, there's a chance. Odds are the Pirates are going to be out of contention. He's going to be shut down. But I do think that if he keeps playing, I don't see any pitcher really keeping up with the numbers he's putting up. It's pretty incredible what he's doing right now. So
I like it. I like it.
But in realistically, yeah, I like Sale. I think that's a good pick. I'd have to look at the number. I'd have to do a deeper dive on it.
Who's your AL side, though? Give me your AL side.
This one's easy, dude. Come on. You know what the answer is.
I don't.
It was my preseason pick for the Cy Young. It was Tariq Skubal. There's no other pick. He's the best pitcher in baseball right now. You know, and I think it's pretty obvious. So the guy's just special, and I think that he proved it. He proved it yesterday. He faced the Dodgers, 7 innings, 2 runs, clean inning in the All-Star game. Got the win yesterday, 7 innings. He's just 7 innings. This is actually an incredible stat I want to show you. Let's wrap on this, just to hammer this point home. Tariq Skubal, since the end of September of last year, he leads the league in ERA and FIP and strikeouts and strikeout percentage. Like, he is the best pitcher in baseball for more than a season now.
Damn.
He is the Cy Young for sure.
I dig it. I dig it. I dig it.
But you know what? Here's the thing. He won't be the AL Cy Young because he's going to be the NL Cy Young.
Yeah, baby. Because guess what?
I actually don't think he could be.
That is my glitch in the matrix for the day.
Yeah.
You heard it here first. Tariq Skubal and Javi Baez are going to the Dodgers. That's what it's going to take to get it done. The Dodgers will be the only team willing to take on that money.
You know what? You might be right.
And then they'll DFA him.
Oh, my God. I hope not.
I'm telling you, it's going to happen. I'm telling you. Deferred Collusion. Like and subscribe. Maybe you'll get a cookie for it. I mean, we'll find out if I'm wrong or there's a glitch in the matrix.
I got to go. I'm so mad at that take, Brandon. Javi Baez.
I'm telling you, I've seen the future, and this is it.
This is like when we had to take on David Price to get Mookie.
Exactly, dude. There's precedent. Friedman will spend money to keep draft picks, to keep young talent, young controllable arms, because you never know when you could flip it for more. Friedman, baby.
Brando, I'll see you for the emergency episode for when trades are going down. All right, brother?
You know it, Big Daddy.
All right.
Good luck. God bless. Oh, my God. Stay at.
No, hold on. You got to do the.
What? Why? What?